Hi, this is Sean, and this channel is called Wolf Dog Moon. Today we're going to be doing a review on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think the second archetype, or second arc. So if you like this kind of content, smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel. If you like what we're doing, comment down below. And also ring the bell so that you don't miss out on our next video. Okay, let's get into this. Alright, so JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is pretty awesome, pretty cool style manga. And I have like the second arc, which features a new character in the Joestar lineage. This is Joseph Joestar. He's kind of, he's like a mixture of, there's like a Japanese celebrity actor or something. I think it tells you in one of these books, and Sylvester Stallone. So it's a mixture, predominantly Sylvester Stallone. I mean, the character even looks like Sylvester Stallone. So that's what he was kind of inspired by. And the original arc of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was Jonathan Joestar. And the reason why I got this arc instead is because I had watched the anime, the first season with the Jonathan Joestar character, and I really liked it, but I kind of, in a way, had already got spoiled on a lot of the things. So when I picked these up at Barnes & Noble, and I wanted to start in an arc that I didn't know what was going to happen. And the anime, eventually I'll get all of them, but the anime was very good, so I wanted to continue with this this style of adventure. And this set of the books is really cool. You get a hardcover book for the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which collects the different manga that have appeared. I think this series goes back pretty far. I want to say this series originally came out in the 80s or the 90s, and but I had just discovered it in the last few years, and it's an awesome, it's definitely an awesome series with like the drawing style is very exaggerated and outlandish, and so is the tale. Like the different, like this, especially this Joseph Joestar character, he's a bit of a trickster mixed with a brawler, and he comes up with very inventive ways to overcome a lot of the challenges that he faces. And in these books, there's constant swerves where you think the story's going in a certain direction, and there's constant surprises and constant swerves in terms of what happens or how the character gets out of the jam. It's like seemingly impossible situations, and the Joseph Joestar character comes up with insane and inventive ways to get out of these impossible situations. And this particular arc of the Bizarre Adventure, like the bizarre part is definitely apropos, because a lot of weird, this is a amalgamation of a lot of different weird kinds of occultism. Like he has to take on weird occult and weird supernatural forces, demonic possession and entities, and just horrific shape changers and contortionists, and it has like a carnival feel to it as well, where like their costuming is extremely detailed and also is part of the story. Like this has like, it's set, I feel like it's set in the 1930s or something, the way it's drawn, and in terms of like the vehicles and the backgrounds and the way the characters act. They have like almost like television shows, the black and white television shows and movies, if you've ever seen those, the way the characters talk and the way they act. And then you've got a lot of the types of the hats and the designer clothes that they used to wear, and the drawing style. And in a minute I'll take you in and show you a bit, give you a sneak peek of this so that you can get a sense of what the drawing style is. But there was like an artist called Hogarth, I think his name is, and I think this manga artist right here, Hirohiko Araki, it was inspired by. And also there was a type of like kind of high-end magazine or style of artwork back in the 30s. I want to say it was the line was called Arrow or something like that, and you could maybe I'll leave some links in the description just to be more clear. But there was Life magazine, which was meant for upper middle class or middle class to upper middle class. But then there was like this Arrow magazine or newspaper that was meant for upper class and elites. So this incorporates a lot of the feel of that too. And then it also incorporates like kind of like motorcycle culture, and there's a lot of machismo in here. There's a lot of badassery, a lot of fisticuffs, and just dynamic poses with huge muscles popping out everywhere, and intensity in terms of what the characters are doing in terms of the action and the emotion of the way the characters are drawn and move. So let me take you in and just give you a sneak peek of this first issue of the arc. And so let's just take a look here. And so these different patterns right here are also important. It definitely, so yeah, you got 1938 when this one takes place. And so you have a lot of these, the Harlequin patterns, and the patterns become part of the art style. And then you have almost like somewhat of a graffiti look. But then like, this is what I would say as far as like the Arrow, the old Arrow paintings. I'll try to leave a link in the description if you're not familiar with what I mean. But you get this great dynamic art style and the dynamic word bubbles, and then the characters are very inspired by a lot of those black and white movies that were done in the 30s. Even stuff like King Kong, the original King Kong movie, and then like Jason and the Argonauts later, and Sinbad and the Voyage of Sinbad the Sailor, or the Voyage of Sinbad in the Seven Seas, I think it was called. So you have, and then westerns is mixed in here. But look at the styling of the characters, where they have these distinctive baggy clothes and these kinds of those kinds of retro hats that they used to wear. So it's got awesome action, awesome dynamic drawings. I mean, the art style is very, very unique, very, very original. Like, look how epic that is. The bold black lines, and very masculine. The women are very, very feminine and exaggerated, and then the men are very, very masculine, and that's exaggerated too. And then the characters, you get to follow Joseph Joestar. He's so badass and awesome, and he uses these different kind of tricks that he's learned, and he has a type of magic, and I'll let you find out what that magic is called with it, so I don't spoil it. But look at that awesome pose. And then it just continues to be, you got just these epic dynamic looks and stuff. So my final thoughts on this one is, I would highly recommend JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you've not read manga before and you're looking for a place to start, this would be another good place to start. And you could just collect these. Now, these hardcover, I don't know if it comes into the soft cover. You know, they're a little pricey at $20, but like at a place at Barnes & Noble or maybe somewhere online, maybe like even Amazon, maybe you can get deals. And or you might be able to find something like this at a used bookstore. Like there's a store called Half Price Books near where I live. But they're well worth it even at the $20 price, because you get this awesome hard cover. In the back it has notes from the artist and writer, so on how they came up. For example, like the Joseph character is like BT plus. I don't know who BT plus is, but we know who Stallone is. And then it gives you excerpts about what they were thinking when they were creating these characters. And then you get very fanciful colors. So these bright, I'll show you some of the other volumes too. You got fanciful, they really do the intricate clothes and stuff and the colorations of them. And you got these pops of pink and stuff like that. And then on this one, you got this cool character that gets introduced. I'm not going to spoil it for you. And then you got a repeat of that other one. But this is, you know, to wrap this up, I would highly recommend JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You don't have to start with this arc, but you can start with any of the arcs. I think there's at least 3 arcs, if not 4. And you can comment down below and let me know if there's more than that. But each one deals with a different Joestar. So you get a similar story, similar character and lineage. They're all extremely heroic and confident and have so much courage. And they have to face some horrendous adversaries and overcome them. And so you could start with this one, or you could start with the very first arc. And also the anime is really good as well. And there's also video games that go with this. So you get a whole lot of content to jump into in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe, so to speak. So highly recommend this one. I consider it another can't miss. You definitely could jump in here and have a great time and follow Joseph Joestar or Jonathan Joestar and on their quests to defeat evil and overcome some bizarre weirdos and defeat their evil mechanizations. So highly recommend this, and I hope this video finds you having an amazing day, and we want you to have a blessed day. Signing out.